Here we go. Time to record. Okay, so I'm just going to start by saying the obvious. Some of you currently have very low grades in this class. Let me back that up and say it is not all of your fault. I am really slowly getting through the recordings and like putting in grades for y'all, and then some of your grades like probably got eaten by CTLS. I don't know if you noticed, but on my end, the digital session for last Tuesday, the like August 18th one, is gone. And I didn't delete it, so I don't know where it went. So basically,
Okay, I can explain. They said that they were deleting recordings 5 days after they
no, but it's not recordings. It's like the digital session, like the
yeah, that's what they're doing. They erase automatically after 5 days.
wait, but that's not true because last Monday's one is still there.
That's what Miss Lindsay said.
It's not, so it's not the digital sessions. You're thinking about the Zoom recordings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's why I was confused. Okay.
Should still be there, but like any videos that I like download to the cloud will disappear. I've been downloading my like class videos to my computer, long story short, so that I can upload them to YouTube so that you can watch them later if you need to. Blech. Anyway, so the moral of the story is I don't know where that digital session went, which means if that's happening to digital sessions, it's probably also happening to some of your recordings, or some of you just haven't turned in a bunch of recordings. So in either case, here is what we gonna do. Through the rest of this weekend, I'm gonna be really flexible, and I'm trying to like put in as many grades as I physically possibly can today to like make sure that I have everything that y'all have. And if I don't have it, it's gonna go into Synergy as a 0, okay? So right now, CTLS is not porting the grades in from CTLS directly into Synergy, so I'm having to manually input grades into Synergy. Cool? So Synergy is the Bible. CTLS is just the place where we turn stuff in, okay? So your grade in Synergy is the real one for right now. If you see a 0 on an assignment and you're like, nah, dog, I did that, then you need to email me the recording or email me the assignment or whatever it is, or just send me an email and ask me a question about it, because I am more than willing to be flexible through this weekend. Starting next week, we're gonna have to get, strict on due dates and deadlines and things like that. But this week, I'm trying to help y'all out because like I really don't, like my goal is not to have you fail. You feel like I will help you, just let me help you. Let me help you, help me help you. Yeah? Sweet. Okay, cool. Like I will straight up meet with you to re-record things if you need to. / also, I am uploading all of the class recordings to YouTube. So if you can't find that link, it is in your resources in CTLS for this class. If you go to resources, there's a link called rehearsal recordings or recorded rehearsals or whatever. You click that and it takes you to a playlist of every single day of class that we have had so far. I didn't record all of them at the beginning of last week, but I have recorded like last Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, I believe. And I'm recording today as well. So yeah, if you have questions about missing assignments, either check those recordings or talk to me about it, but send me an email. If you ask me about it in the chat goes away forever. Like it saves, but I never go back and check the chat for questions. You need to send it to me in an email. Cool? I am more than willing to help you on every day of the week from 1:30 to 3:30. And then like all day Wednesday, I can set you up with like private, like one-on-one lessons or like group help sessions and things like that for whatever it is you need. Just let me know, because none of you should be failing. Because right now, the only grade that you should have in the grade book that you actually are graded on accuracy for are the like bass and treble clef. Well, really, it's just the treble clef note identification quiz. That's the only thing that you could actually earn less than 100 on if you turn it in. Everything else, if you turn it in, you get 100 right now. So turn your stuff in or figure out where it's going into the ether. That was a long discussion to just say, get your grades in or ask me for help and I will help you. Okay.
I turned in the Get to Know You quiz yesterday because
Yeah.
I forgot to turn that in. Did you get it?
I have no idea and I will not check right now. But I will check after class. So yeah. Okay, cool. I think that might be it. Yeah. That might be it. Also, as a reminder, I will tell you when we're going to record. I promise. And if I forget to tell you to record, still don't record. I will tell you when it's time to record. Sweet? Like, because, like, basically, I keep getting a lot of people asking, like, are we recording this? Are we recording this? If I haven't said so, then no. Sweet. Okay. It's time to sing. Yeah, here we go. Everybody stand or sit up nice and tall. Check your posture because I am going to be kind of like scooting through the videos and stuff like that. Everybody should be on video unless their camera's broken. Everybody should be on video unless their camera's broken. And if your camera's broken, I need you to tell me everybody should be on video. Everybody should be on video. One more time. There we go. Sweet. Okay, cool. Dope. Okay, so, and if you are sitting, that's totally fine. Just make sure that you're sitting like this, not like this. This is not a how many chins can we have competition. This is a, like, I don't want you to hurt your voice competition. Cool. Okay, so, let's get some stretches in because it's still early and under normal circumstances, this class would be starting at like 12:30. Which is a very different energy. Stretch.
Miss Kaidama.
Nope. What? Yes? Who? When?
Is it okay if I just email you all my rehearsals real quick?
Yeah, go for it. Roll your shoulders back. Ow, that hurt. Something snapped. Is this aging? Is this death? I'm older than 25. Aren't your cells supposed to regenerate less fast after 25? Is that how that works? Okay.
Now you just die after 25, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So I guess I'm a ghost. All right, sit up or stand. Breathe in. And out. And in. And out. As a refresher course, make sure that you're getting that yawn space, that lifted soft palate. If you're not giving yourself that space, then your voice is going to get all like weird and trapped and stuck up in there. You're going to have a really tense tone. Don't do that. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in on that ah vowel space. Breathe in. And out. And one more in. And out. All right, let's do some sighs, some siren things. Oh. All right, another one. Oh. And a little bit higher. Oh. All right, and a little bit higher. Oh. And nice and tall, big deep breath, highest one yet. Oh. All the way through. Okay, still on an ah. Let's do some of these. So before we sing that all together, make sure that you're not hearing because that is not a lifted soft palate. You can hear it in the lack of depth of the sound. It's also just a touch nasal. So make sure your soft palate is lifted. Slash also, we should not have because that tone is pulled way too far back and you're adding way too much tension to the front of your mouth. All right. So keep it nice and open, ready, and breathe. Good breath. Tongue relaxed. Two more. Last one. Not an alto, am faking it. Anyway, okay, cool. Here we go. Other direction. And breathe. Roll your head around. Deep breath. Flip when you need to. couple like low noises just to get a little bit of that tension out. Bleh, 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 bleh. Anyway, okay, cool. Let's do just like the shortest touch of sight reading. Let me pull up the sight reading real quick. Let's do a level 5 today. We're still doing a unison example, nothing too crazy, nothing too spicy. Y'all can read, not too worried. Here we go. Share.
I can't read.
Wait, I can't say that. Shh.
I eat boxes.
So we're in the key of C. What solfege do we start on?
Me.
E. That's good. We start on an E instead of a C. So do is here. Do, and your triad. Do, mi, sol, mi, do, sol, do. Starting pitch is mi. Unmute yourselves and practice for 40 seconds. Go.
What's gone?
In dot. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to share screen again, and we'll do that example together. I'm tapping an eighth, but not like a slow one, because y'all can handle it. Here we go. Mi. Ready? And go. Mi, fa, la, fa, mi, so, mi, re, mi, do, re. Make sure you're muted. Ti, do, re, do, mi, re, mi, fa, sol, ti, do, sol, do. Good. I didn't want to hold the whole note. Let's do un more in the level 6. Yes, here we go. Yonk. Oh no! We have an eighth note triplet there at the end. So given that information, we'll probably need to tap a slow quarter, or at least on that beat, tap the quarter notes so that it doesn't, the eighth notes don't disrupt the triplet. So with that in mind, we're still in the key of C. What's our starting solfege?
Sol.
Sol. Oh, yes, good. Okay, cool. Sol. Sol is your starting pitch. You have 40 seconds. Unmute yourselves. Practice out loud. Go. Sol, mi,
Unmute.
Get that from what? Okay, cool. I'm going to tap a slow quarter rather than the eighth. If you need to tap the eighth, feel free. That's totally fine. It makes everything a lot easier. But just for the purposes of that eighth note triplet there at the end, I'm going to tap the quarter. Starting pitch again is so. 1, 2, ready, and go. Sol, fa, mi, re, re, mi, fa, la, sol, sol, mi, la, fa, mi, fa, re, fa, sol, do, ti, do, re, ti, do. So that was funky. 1 through 5 in the chat. How'd we do? Did we die? Did anyone pass out on site? Cool, good. That's a little tricky. I mean, it's been a while since we've done anything of rhythmic complication. So that one, like when I was practicing it, I was like, oh God. And there's a lot of re, fa, la nonsense as well. So if you weren't comfy with that one, neither was I. So you're good. Don't worry about it. Cool. He said too high. I mean, yeah, it's kind of go up there. You go up there. You'll be fine. It's okay. Okay. Is it time? Yeah. Okay, everybody take out home. Miss Thames is back. No, we'll take it tomorrow. If we have time, we can. But
Okay, what time do you want me done?
if we're doing just theory stuff, we end at 11:50. So let's do 11:30. Shoot for 11:30.
Okie doke. Hey guys, how's it going? Okay, so we are gonna skip the beginning part that we learned the other day real quick, and we're gonna learn basses. You're gonna be chilling for a minute.
Yeah.
You know?
Straight up bases. If you would like to, catch up on your other assignments or whatever, you can feel free to just tap on out for a bit. Because, yep, not Netflix time.
No.
Luke.
So yeah, so it's just gonna be alto, soprano, and tenors for a minute, for a while. Okay, and we're gonna go over measures, the pickup to 25 until, what is that, 40. Yep, 40. So pick up to 25 into 4D. We're gonna do this section real quick. So if you'll notice on page 6, we've got some rhythms that aren't like too much funkier than what we've already done, but they look a little bit funkier, like the alto line at the top of 6. So what I showed the women's chorale, what I do in my music when I have any sort of rhythm that's kind of funky. So I'm just going to show you guys real quick what I do. And then we hold that forever. Okay, so those are tied. So what I do is when I have rhythms that I need to like make sure I get like completely correct and they take me a little bit to learn, I go ahead and mark my big beats. So we have 4 there. This is 1. And since we have movement on the and of a, I put the and there. Okay, and then so we've got and then 2. That we're not going to say 2 when we speak this for a second. Falls in between these. Okay. Then this one lands on 3. And
Tell them which part you're referencing.
4. Sorry, I'm referencing the alto part, measure 29.
Q.
Yep. Alto part, pick up to 30. And this is just, I'm just going to do this and then I'll like, we can talk out the bottom, but we're going to talk out this one right now because it's basically the same kind of. Anyway, so yeah, so we've got 4, 1, movement on and of 1, 2, and then movement on 3, movement on and of 3, and then 4. Oh wait, no, that's a different measure. Right? Yeah. Sorry, my bad. Hold on. Pause. And then there's 1 over here. So movement on 3 and then we've got right? There it is. There we go. Okay, so we have 4, 1, and blank on 2, 3, and blank on 4. Okay, so we're gonna speak this. Do we need to have eighth notes, guys, or do you think quarter notes are gonna be fine? Griffin is entering the waiting room.
Oh, weird. Okay, there we go.
Have a preference on eighth or quarter? I'm gonna do quarter if nobody says anything. A slow quarter.
You can do a slow quarter.
All right. So when I'm tapping, I'm gonna tap the board, but when I'm doing this myself, I tap my chest or my thigh. So y'all pick one of those, but I want you physically tapping your body. Okay? All right, so we're gonna blank on 1, 2, 3, okay. 4, 1, and 3, and 1. Cool? Let's do just one more time to go over it. Like I said, it's not too hard, but okay, ready? 1, 2, ready? 4, 1, and 3, and 1. Good? Got it? Should be fine. And then at the bottom of 6, if you want to write this in as well, for the altos and tenors, you guys are singing the same thing, just off, like not at the same time. So I'll look at the alto line, measure, pick up to 34. The bottom of 6, it'd be 4, 1, and 3. Well, and yeah, you don't even move on 3. So it's just 1 and then you hold it. Okay, forever. Okay, can we do chaos practice? We're gonna. Do they want to sight read? You think chaos practice to the top of 7 or
I
no?
think probably chaos practice. If they haven't gotten their solfege written, then they should also do that.
Yeah, if you don't, okay. So message in the chat or unmute. Is that an option right now or no? Yeah, or unmute if you need a minute to just write in your solfege.
From what measure to what?
From
measure?
what does that sound?
It's the waiting room.
Oh,
It helps.
from sorry, I have this in my brain, but okay, from pick up to 25 until the top, until 40. 25 to 40. You could use
Okay.
the second.
Cool.
I forgot the dot on the second. Forgot the dot on the second part. Oh, it's right here. It's really tiny.
It's just small.
It's so tiny. Boop, boop. There we go.
Oh, wait.
Sorry. Okay, why don't we go ahead and give you guys some time to chaos practice. Go ahead and unmute yourselves. And you're gonna have like a minute. Not even maybe.
So real quick though, sopranos and altos, y'all all start on sol at pick up to 25. Tenors, when y'all come in, you're also on sol, but it's in measure 31. So just practice out loud or write in solfege. Maybe put that timer.
From where again?
From pick up to 25, top of page 5.
Okay.
Cool. And then sopranos, you go up to here. So.
Okay, counting game, dog. Hey, y'all, we're going to give you about 30 more seconds to get as much solfege written in as possible, and then I think we're going to just go for it reading-wise. Cool? So get on it. Pick up to 25 through 40. Through 40. Okay, bye.
All right, y'all, we're gonna just go for it. And I don't want to I know practicing this on solfege is like not super fun because the notes are so held out so long. But I know when we listened to it the other day, some of y'all were like, "Yeah, it's so pretty." And I think today might be a good day to talk about the piece and the work and the movement. So if we can just get through this for a minute, then do you have a question? Is that what your hand is raised? Oh, okay, no,
Cool.
okay. Cool. He's wearing a hat. Is that a birthday hat? David.
What the heck? Oh, it's a traffic cone. What the heck?
Okay, it's fine. That's fine. So we're gonna just start at the pickups to 25. So sopranos and altos, we all start on sol.
I'm probably going to use some of them.
Yeah, that would be great. Okay, ready? So 1, 2, 3.
Did I skip something? Oh, no, I just can't read. Cool. Maybe we do it again.
Yeah, let's just go for it again. Does anybody have any questions right now? You said sound trap.
Oh, don't worry about it. They're talking about something else that
Oh.
they shouldn't be talking about right now. Quartet, I see you, all three of you. Anyway.
Okay, let's just do it go for it one more time. At pickup to 25. Everyone on sol. Yep. Tenors, you also come in on sol at your part. Make sure that you're counting tenors as well. I know that I have missed it a couple times when practicing because I was not counting. I was trying to count.
Yeah, we're starting at pickup to 25.
Tap
Because the
8.
sopranos and altos have that.
You want to tap the 8th? Okay.
Maybe a fast 8?
Yeah, we're gonna speed it up then. We'll tap the 8th, but because I don't want to hold it forever.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can tap the 8th. So if we're gonna tap the 8th, 1, 2, 3. No, that's too fast. 1 and 2 and 3 and yeah. Come on. Okay, ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and.
Oh, sorry. Let's start right.
Let's start right there.
Yeah.
Let's start pick up to 30 and we'll tap the 8th. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 3. Sol, la, la, ti, do. Sol. No, it was me.
Okay, cool.
I was going too fast because I'm not used to counting the eighth notes in this song.
Oh, it's totally fine.
Yeah. Okay, let's just do.
What questions do y'all have? Where
Yeah.
are you getting lost? If you are. If you're fine, then cool. But I would love to know exactly what's going on your end. You can also message privately in the chat so that, like, if you have a question that you would rather not be spotted to
I'm
everybody.
good. The syncopation is just weird. That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
So if when you get to those measures, if you can switch to tapping eighths,
That's probably the best idea.
best idea because I cannot tap eighths with these whole notes. Like
Yeah.
me personally, I cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It being so much of the same thing is like difficult, especially like when you're hearing. Yeah, it's all just counting stuff.
It is
really
counting. It's all counting. And so you know what? If you like, this might be annoying, but if you want to write out 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way through your music, and then when you're going, like when you're practicing yourself, you can either tap your foot, or I would tap my foot and go 1, 2, 3, 4, because that's when I was recording the practice tracks for this that you're gonna record your performance tracks to. Like I was singing, but I was also going, like I was conducting myself by going 1, 2, 3, 4, and then when it's 6, count to 6, because I can't, like if I'm just tapping, like I lose count, you know.
Cool.
And I was trying to do that earlier for you guys, but then I like couldn't hear a beat because I wasn't tapping. So then I was like, I need both.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Cool.
Yeah.
If y'all are good without the eighth now, we could do it once more on the quarter, and if you personally need to tap the eighth, then we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeet.
Okay. The person who asked for eighths, Bennett, said that we can go back to quarter now. So cool.
Sick.
So let's try it one more time. We're going to tap the quarter. If you can, if you need to switch to eighths, feel free.
Also keep in mind, I'm playing all of the parts at the same time, and the alto part and the tenor part are identical, but off by like a couple beats at one point. So
Yeah.
altos, if you're like, oh gosh, she's playing my notes, but it's not at the same time, you're probably right. I'm
Yeah.
probably just playing the tenor line.
Yeah. Okay.
One more again?
Yes. Tapping the eighth. So
Well,
one.
tapping
I mean, no, quarter. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yep.
let's do
Mm-hmm.
Take up to 25.
Up to 25. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
That at the end there is the tenors are actually above the altos.
Mm-hmm.
What a world!
Voice crossing.
We love her.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. All right, so let's so I'm going to talk about this real, well, I
We
got
have
10
10
minutes.
minutes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we'll listen to the recording again, but before we do,
Hold on, wait.
Uh-huh.
Let's make sure the basses are back alive. Basses.
oh yeah.
Basses. Basses. Basses, come
Everyone.
back. Basses, come back.
faces come back to me. Just kidding. Yeet. Okay, cool. Now do. All right. Hello. This is probably the last page in your little packet thing for this song, but it's the first in mine. We're going to look at the notes from the composer. I'm going to read them out loud just so we all know what we're talking about. So he writes, Home is the third movement of the Sacred Veil, a 12-movement work written with poet Charles Anthony Silvestri, which he works with a lot. The Sacred Veil chronicles the rich life of Tony and his late wife, Julie Silvestri. Their courtship, the birth of their children, Julie's diagnosis of ovarian cancer, her treatment, her struggle, and finally, her death. When writing Home, I asked Tony to write about the moment he knew he had fallen in love. During a phone conversation, he told me about their second date, looking out over the sea. As Julie was talking, Tony remembered looking at her and hearing a voice in his mind saying, "You feel like home." He told me that is the moment I knew, and I decided to use only that text for cry. And if you want more context, which I suggest you do, when I was in Youth Singers, we sang this movement and Child of Wonder with him.
A lot of them were there.
Yeah, right. Cool. Yeah. So if you weren't there, if you don't know about the movement, I mean, that's what it's about. It's about his best friend and going through this tragedy of losing his wife and to ovarian cancer. And he wanted to create a huge movement about their life together, and it was kind of like a memorial thing for her. There's a song called Child of Wonder. It is so sad, but I cried while singing it on stage. That one and this one both made me cry. So when you're singing this song, I mean, you can interpret it however you want. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It can be your best friend. It can be your cat. It can be your dog. It can be a brother or a sister or a parent or, you know, a niece, nephew, whatever. It can be anybody, or anything, like maybe your piano, or if you have one at home, or your guitar, or your favorite coffee shop, or your favorite city, or wherever. Like the beach feels like home to me, like, as for example, as a place. Then think about that when you're practicing this piece, and when especially when we get it on words, because we're just humming the first like half, and then we start with the word you, because it's like you are the focus. Whatever you're thinking of is the focus, and it goes straight into you feel like home. And it kind of, the way that the sound builds up, it's kind of just this like enveloping, this like, I don't want to say overwhelming, because that has a negative connotation, but like overwhelming like sensation of just like being enclosed and like entangled with like your comfort and your love and emotion in general. So let's listen to it one more time, and you decide what you want this song to be to you while we're listening. Because I typically pick choir rep, and my favorite choir rep based on what the song is about, also by who wrote it and whatever, but mostly what the song is about, because I personally like think that paying attention to what the song is about is one of the most important things, because it just, when you have emotional connectivity to music, it doesn't even really matter how much like practice and sound technique you have. If you sing it with the right emotional intent, like everything changes. It also makes it easier to sing. It makes it easier to learn, and it makes it easier for you to portray what the composer probably wanted you to portray. So anyway, let's listen to this and think about what home is for you.
You can kick me out.
That's it. Okay, cool. We got 2 minutes. Does anybody want to share what they chose to be their focus? You can unmute.
I couldn't decide if it was my dog or my bass, but
That's-
like, how could you not love my absolute baby over there?
I understand. I feel that way about my cats. So, anybody else? It's okay if it's too personal. I'll share mine. Mine's really personal. My partner, so my romantic partner, my fiance, is my home. But recently, my brother actually died from brain cancer. So she became even more of my home after he was gone. So it's kind of like, oh, these songs hit hard.
They really
But,
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess and if y'all like don't really have like something right now lined up, I think both of us encourage you basically to really like kind of dig deep on that. And that might not be something that you're ever willing to like share with like the class or like either of us or anything like that. That's fine. But y'all know I slack on talking about like the poetry of songs that we do a lot. Like we end up doing music that's like so difficult that we don't really have time, or like I focus on other things more. So like in this piece in particular, like really use this as a time to like connect yourself to like what we are singing about, even though it's literally 3 words and a hum, or 4 words and a hum. So,
My sister's a butt, but she's also applies.
huh?
My sister's a butt, but I still love her.
Oh, Mel, Mallory, oh baby,
To me.
that's so sweet. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so that's that on that for right now. So we're gonna
Cool.
switch over to theory times for right now. So again, most of y'all, this is gonna be review. But yeah, so bass clef season, baby. Here we go. I have the pleasant British man to talk to us about bass clef note identification, which most of you probably will not need. However, as a review, just in case we forgot anything, here it is.
This video is for those who are new to the bass clef and for those who are looking for a refresher in helping to identify notes on the bass clef stave. Whatever reason you're here, you've probably seen the 5 lines on which the musical notes sit. This is called the stave. Until a clef is placed at the very beginning of the stave, and there are loads of clefs to choose from, we do not know what to call the notes placed on the stave. For example, this note is C if I use this unusual looking clef, but it is a B if I use a treble clef. Therefore, the use of a clef is absolutely essential, so always make sure you
It
add a
is
clef
Thursday.
at the start of the stave and each subsequent line.
It's British
We're
Day.
concentrating on the bass clef, so let's pop one at the start of our stave. It's also known as the F clef, as once upon a time it did look like the letter F. But it is useful and helpful to know that the 2 dots in the clef sit either side of the F line. Any notes on this line, which I've highlighted red, will be an F, but more of this later. Now that you've put a clef at the start of the stave, we're now ready to learn the note names. The first thing to recognise is that notes can either sit in a space, that's the space between 2 lines, like the 2 lines I've highlighted here, or notes are attached to a line, like this. Let's look at the notes in the spaces first. In the first space at the bottom is A, the next space up is C, the next space is E, and the final space, G. A common phrase which musicians help them to remember this note order is all cows eat grass. The notes on the lines starting from the bottom are as follows: G, then B, D, F, and finally A. I've heard lots of different phrases to help musicians remember this order, but I quite like Great Britain doesn't fight America. Or, if you prefer a non-political statement, how about green buses drive fast always? It doesn't really matter what phrase you use, just make sure that you remember the order of the notes, G, B, D, F, A. Let's put all of these notes onto just one stave. You may be aware that, in music, we only use the letters A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. This is sometimes known as the musical alphabet. When we get to G, we go back to the beginning of the alphabet, A. Therefore, here's a G. And as we've reached the end of the musical alphabet, the note after it is an A. The same occurs over here, from the G to the A. So if I added this note, as it sits after the A, we take the next note in the musical alphabet, which is B. The pattern obviously goes backwards as well. If I added this note, as it is before the G, we take the previous note of the musical alphabet, so it's an F. Before we go any further, just be aware that on this stave, I've only shown the note names below what are known as crotchets or quarter notes. You're probably aware that notes come in all different shapes like these. It doesn't matter what the note looks like, the important thing to notice is where the note head is sitting. That's the black blob on a crotchet or quarter note. So we already know that the first note is an A, as the note head is sitting in the bottom space of the stave. The next note will also be an A, as its note head is sitting in the same space. The next note will also be an A, and so will this one. The important thing to remember is no matter what type of note sits in that space, it will always be an A when using bass clef. Before we look at the bass clef notes above and below those on screen, I'm just going to move all of these notes to the top of the screen. You can pause this video at any time and you can use this stave of notes to help you check any of the notes we've looked at so far. So firstly, let's move the notes on the lines. Remember, Great Britain doesn't fight America. And then notes in the spaces, all cows eat grass. And finally, the F and the B, which we looked at a few moments ago. Music doesn't just stop at the top B of the stave. The pattern keeps on rising. But as we've run out of lines on the stave, we add what we call ledger lines to notes. These are small little lines which help musicians interpret notes above and below the stave. This is a C. This is actually a very important C. Its proper name is middle C, but I don't want you to worry about that now, but it will help you in other music work if you remember that this is middle C. You can see that there is a line that cuts through it. This is a ledger line. The ledger line acts like an additional line above the stave, but rather than drawing the full line, we just use it for the notes that need them. We can use the same ledger line for the note D. See how the note head sits above the ledger line, whereas for the C, the ledger line cuts through the middle. We can keep going. Here is an E. We've had to add another ledger line so that the highest ledger line cuts through the note head. Any guesses to what this note would be? It's sitting above the ledger line we just added for the E, so it's the next note after E in the musical alphabet, so it's an F. Now, there's no limit to how many ledger lines you can use, but any more than, let's say, 4 or 5, and it can make the music a little bit tricky to read. Let's add these notes to the list at the top of the screen. We can also use ledger lines below the stave. We already know that this is an F, so this note below it is an E. Notice the ledger line which has been added to stop the note appearing as if it's just floating below the stave. A note below this is D. Notice how the note head sits below the ledger line. And finally, a C would require an additional ledger line. So before we finish, let's add these last few notes to our list at the top of the screen. And a quick reminder of how to find the first few notes on the bass clef. Firstly, remember that the notes in the spaces, and there are 4 of them, so just a 4-word phrase, all cows eat grass, whereas on the lines a 5-letter phrase such as Great Britain doesn't fight America.
Good burritos don't fall
Once you remember
apart.
these 2 handy tips, you'll be able to work out the other notes in no time. I hope that this video has been useful to you. Good luck.
Leave this man alone.
Ledger lines are stupid.
Oh, let him go. Leave him alone.
Tuesday, ain't it?
It's Thursday.
Tuesday.
Y'all, I like straight up thought it was Monday. Like, I was having fun. I mean, it's Monday, and then tomorrow is Tuesday, and then it's Saturday and Sunday, and then it's Monday and Tuesday again, and then it's Saturday, and then it's Monday and Tuesday again. That's how our life works. Anyway, it's time. It is time. It is time. It's time.
Should I be threatened?
It's time. Hold on, wait. It's time. It's time. There it is.
Like, don't cheat again.
Internet bitrate bias time.
Classic Kahoot time. You have a minute to get in. Hi, Luke. So thank you. Yes, you have to. Lucky Penguin. What? Who are you? Matcha. I like that. I don't like that. 911. Hate it. Wow. Okay. If you're not in, I'm so sorry, but it's time to begin. Also, you can get in with the code will show up at the bottom in a second. Right. grandfather. Great job. Love that. Blake's cheating, I guess.
Why aren't you participating?
Because I have a degree and 2/3. I don't have to play Kahoot anymore. Oh, we were so close. Did somebody click the wrong button? All cows eat grass. Hopefully they don't eat garbage. Please take them to the animal hospital if so. Okay, okay. Okay, bread. Oh, rib, of course. Oh, that's weird. Yes, good. Thank God. I should hope y'all know these things.
I keep clicking an answer and then it just says time's up at the end. Like,
That sucks.
I submitted an answer and everything.
Rest in pieces. I'm sorry, my dude. I believe in you.
You hate to see it, folks.
Okay, so that one's kind of messy. Okay, cool. So, good. Burritos don't fall apart. GBDFA. So then this right yonder is a B, which means this ledger line up yonder is a C. In fact, it is middle C. So the note 1 ledger line above the bass clef and the note 1 ledger line below the treble clef is both the same middle C. So good on 21 of you. Oh.
Sophie, I will destroy you.
Macha Kiger, come and fight. Luca doesn't make any sense. I hate it. Thanks. Good talk. So close. Rip. Oh my God, it's transparent, so you can't really see it. Good burritos don't fall. Rip. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Oh! Oh! Oh, God!
David's cheating.
It is the battle of bases.
Can we do this again, but the basses can't play?
Wait, don't you play a low brass instrument?
It's high brass! I don't know what bass clef is.
I forget.
That's like saying no one else should have been able to allow to play the treble clef except for the basses.
Yeah, and?
They still won. Oh!
So,
Blake plays piano. He cheated.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Blake knows all clefs.
He knows like freaking alto clef or something.
Yes.
And what?
Get Blake!
Ha-ha!
Blake can't win.
Kahoot is rigged. I swear to God.
Kahoot is, yeah.
I'm just too good at the game, so they had to kick me out.
So close. All cows, all cows, all cows. Oh! Oh, God. I believe the babyest tenor. You are the babyest tenor, I'm pretty positive. He's a sophomore. Meanwhile, the Sopranos and Altos are just sipping their coffee, vibing. Close, very close. Good. Burritos don't fall apart. It's not the other thing. Oh, wait, what? No, yeah, it's good. Not D. Oh, Blake has been removed from the top 5.
Wait.
Yikes.
It's not letting me click it!
Bro, I swear, the video is like 10 seconds behind the audio. This is.
First place, where did it go?
That's tough. God, y'all are dumb.
Yeah.
Okay. All cows eat grass. That's an A, so that's got to be a B, you goobs.
Do you want to hear the story?
Oh, okay, we're back. All right. Oh, Michaela, hello.
Help.
Nice, good, as we all should know. All right, and the final 2 questions are not hard. Here you go. So close. Somebody accidentally clicked on face. That's the treble clef, not the bass clef. The bass clef is all cows eat grass. Eat. Oh, God, just got yeeted. Okay. Okay, Bennett, God.
It gives me so much anxiety.
There you go. Yes. Dark horse. Yes.
First place is not Blake.
Bro, listen here. The video just froze and for like 20 seconds in my last question. I was like, bro, are you kidding me?
That's tough, man.
So you was never in top 5? That's all I'm saying.
Wouldn't let me. Okay.
I'm so sorry. Okay. That's basically it. I'm gonna let y'all go 2 minutes early, but first, just check on your assignments. The base test thing it's under today's digital session. Take the bass clef quiz. Take all the quizzes.
Wait, did we do a recording today?
No, we did not do a recording today. No. Don't be mean. I would like to volunteer that we